Okay, today is Monday. It is 12:41 a.m. It is March 2nd. Uh, when I was in high school, carried over from my junior high, I started I participated in a program called AP Math, okay? And when I was in high school, my senior year, I was in AP Calculus. So what ended up happening is that I was essentially there to fill up the seat. Okay, my grades weren't very good, but there were a few people, very very smart kids who are in the front. Okay, who are very good at math, and they were the A students. I was essentially a C student, even though I was in an AP class. I was in an AP calculus class, and I didn't understand anything about it. So one day there was a substitute teacher came in. The normal teacher is an old guy, bald guy, and he was so enthusiastic about teaching math. Okay, and he taught these three students, high school students, very well. But somebody like myself who was sitting somewhere towards the back didn't understand it. Okay, I was not an A student. I didn't understand it. Okay, but now that I'm like 40 years out of high school, I reflect on some of the contents. Then I finally figured, oh, that's what we were studying. Okay, that's what we were studying. So I still don't know how to calculate these things, but now I see the overall general concept of what that was taught. Okay. So this substitute teacher came in. He was a slender man, a young man who seemed to have graduated maybe 5 or 6 years too late. Okay, maybe this was his second career or something. But he was a substitute teacher. He was a substitute math teacher. And these three people, these students who were high school students, they knew that they knew they knew math, okay? Because the normal teacher taught them very well, okay? And they were willing to learn. They learned and they spent the time, and they knew how to do math, okay? They were good at what they're doing, okay? So they were there, and so then the substitute teacher came in one day, and then he looked like a guy who essentially was just thrown in there because they had to find somebody to fill in that position, fill it in, okay, to be a substitute. And so he looked a little bit disheveled. He wasn't shaved, but he looked like he actually did get some sort of a degree to allow him to be a math substitute teacher. All right. So he started talking, and then because these were inquisitive high school students, they were smarter than me, right? Obviously, they're quite smarter than I am. And so they started asking him questions, and then and then and then then the substitute teacher caught on, okay, caught on that these kids were asking things to stump him, right? And so then the teacher said, "See, I know all these things, okay?" And he would prove it. He would describe everything, and he would prove it. "See, I know these things," he said. "Okay, I know these things." He's not a full-time teacher, but he's a substitute teacher. But he says he knows all these things. Okay. Then I look at myself, and I look at myself, and I'm saying to myself, you see, actually I do know how to trade. I really do know how to trade. Okay. I do know how to trade, but I can't seem to put things together yet. Okay, I'm not a regular math teacher. I'm a substitute. I'm currently a substitute day trader right now. I am currently a substitute day trader who hasn't proven it yet. Okay, but I can describe it. I can describe it. Okay, I can describe certain things, and I say, hey, this is happening because of this. I can describe it, but I haven't had the entrenched experience of going cycling through the students that went through the program of AP Math, okay, AP Calculus, okay. So then I look at myself. Now I'm looking at myself. Nobody has to tell me. They're not going to tell me. I'm just posting on YouTube, okay? And I don't have any results. And I have no plans to one day, someday I'll be profitable, but I'm not going to be posting that I made $50,000 on a single trade. Maybe down the road, maybe that might happen. But I'm telling myself, hey, I do know how to trade. I do know what's going on. But it's like fitting those things together, cramming it together, make it as smooth as possible. Okay, making it as fluid as possible. I'm not there yet. Okay, I'm not there yet. Okay, but I'm getting there. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm getting to the point where now I'm like just a little bit of difference. Just today. If I had made just a little bit of tweak in my trading, I would have been able to take advantage of that instead of being frightened about the possibility of like pulling back and taking my gains. What I could have done was allow myself to allow it just a little small, little tiny minor change. All I had to do was make a small, minor, little change to today's trading, and I would have been like two changes. If I made two minor changes, one, hold it, add it, waited for the take profit, and I would have essentially passed the challenge. Okay. Enough said.